Follow us on Instagram
You better follow me.
at Philly Jam 95.3 FM.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Rebirth on Philly Jams 95.3. I am your host, Shay Marriott, and joining me tonight is my co-host, Mr.
Hey, it's your boy Eli Isabel in the building, a.k.a. The South Got Something to Say. What's good, baby?
What's good, Eli? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Rebirth, Philly Jams 95.3. I can really hear myself well. We in HD tonight, ain't we, Tosh?
That's right. That's right.
All right.
We turning up tonight with confidence.
Yes. Whole lot of that.
Whole lot of confidence is in the building tonight.
Wow.
Welcome to the Rebirth, guys. I hope you had a great weekend. If you would like to call up tonight, we have an amazing woman in the building. So I want you guys to tune in, share, like, call a friend, call a family member. We are talking about confidence and unleashing your fears.
Ooh.
The number is 267-908-3166. Again, you are listening to the Rebirth on Philly Jams 95.3. Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy Monday. Let me just say that if you have just a tad bit of self-confidence issues, self-esteem issues, self-whatever, tonight is the night for you to be listening to the show. Now, for all you super confident women with the homegirls that y'all go to the club with and y'all make them hold the coats, call them and tell them to tune in tonight. Because tonight's about them. It ain't about you tonight. Tonight's about them. Because we're trying to bring everybody. That's what the Rebirth is about. We're lifting up. Am I correct?
The coat holder?
You know the coat holders. All the fine friends out there dancing and moving around. The Instagram that's watching the coats.
Right.
All the coat holders tune in tonight.
All the coat holders tune in
That's what
tonight.
we're saying.
Okay.
How was your weekend?
My weekend. On that note,
let me get you up out of there. How was your weekend?
My weekend was actually good. It was relaxing, and the weather was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. Got a chance to go down to the riverfront and walk around down there. You know, so yeah, it was cool. It was cool, and my house is back together. So you know, I was having work and everything. Oh yes, look, praise Jesus. You know what, Tasha? I was having work done in my house, and you know, I need order. You know, so it's back together and it's nice and cozy. You gotta come over for a glass of wine. Oh, by the way, man, I bought like 4 big bottles of the low-hanging fruit.
I done turned you on to something, ain't it? Oh, that drunk is Cooter Brown 2 weeks ago. Turned you on. Good, I'm glad.
Yeah. Shout out to Levante Dorsey that's joining us tonight. What
Hey,
up?
Levante.
Yo, man, so what's going on right here, right now? What's happening?
Right here, right now. So let's get into Mr. Jussie Smollett.
Oh, okay.
Right, hold on, I gotta pause him on the background.
Yeah, we got a little
The background thing. I'm getting ready to step in a minute. What happened?
All right. Go ahead, right here, right now.
Well, that's what we're gonna do that in the middle.
We have a little right
Oh,
here, right now
we got
thing
them
going
around the
on.
world.
Yes.
But right now, we're taking y'all to Chicago. So, Mr. Jussie Smollett, if you all know, he was on the hit TV show with Roger P. Henson and Terrence Howard. Damn it, what was it called?
Oh, Empire.
Empire. Secret guest, you're not supposed to be talking. No, it's all good. It's all good. So, Empire. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me, y'all. So, this brother was convicted, apparently. Not apparently. We all know. I'm not going to even say allegedly. But I'm going to say allegedly. So, allegedly, a little over a year ago, he said that he had been attacked by 2 people who were homophobic and racist, and they yelled out they were MAGA supporters, and he was attacked. Well, come to find out, it was 2 guys he knew, 2 brothers he knew that he got hot in the kitchen. So these guys came out and confessed everything. Long story short, brother went to jail. Now brother's out of jail on bail. So he is now, this is part of the story I wanted to get to. He is now suing those 2 brothers for defamation of character.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, you know damn well you put them dudes into this.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to win.
Oh, he's not. He's just wasting money. I think that his career is pretty much a wrap. You're making yourself look even crazier. Say, hey, you know what? I messed up. I made a mistake.
Yeah.
You have the gay community behind you. You can bounce back, but you keep digging. No, seriously. You know, they ride for their people. You can bounce back, but you keep digging this hole. Like, let it go. No,
He needs to like just kind of go in hiding for a little bit and let people forget about it, and then maybe he can come back with something else.
Listen, as crazy as this country is, this is a place for second chances.
Yeah,
You can get one if you at third, fourth, especially if you're a celebrity, third, 4, 5 times. Bro, just go chill. Come see Shay at Centers for Child Development.
I'm booked. Do not do that.
You want to take Jussie? Lisa will make you take him for publicity's sake. Sure would. So let's not even front.
Lisa, you hear Eli? She gonna get you for that one.
Make her do it, Lisa. That's good pub. Well, anyway, that's tonight's right here, right now. I had a Black History. We're not doing the Black History fact no more.
Come on.
Okay,
Let's do
I didn't
it.
know. And in honor of Women's History Month, also, I wanted to touch on Miss Althea Gibson. If you're not familiar with who she is, Althea Gibson, she was a tennis player, born in 1927. She passed away in 2003. That is not recently. Althea Gibson overcame racial bias to become the first African-American tennis player to win a Grand Slam tournament. She is cited by Venus and Serena Williams, as well as other tennis stars of non-colored tennis stars, as their inspiration. So let's shout out Miss Althea Gibson. R.I.P. sis. And you are our Black History moment tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you, Eli. Okay, coming on prepared and stuff.
No, now everything else is off the cuff.
That's It's all good. Again, welcome to the Rebirth, everybody. Tonight, I am so excited. We are honoring some amazing women through the month of March, and we got like tonight's show and one more show left.
Ooh, we do.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, this month went by pretty quick, but tonight, let me introduce this queen the way that she needs to be introduced. I follow her on social media. She is very, very good with, any restaurant you guys are looking for, you want to go to, or a movie that you want to see, she is definitely the go-to person. But tonight, she is joining us because we're going to be talking about confidence. Miss Taria Pritchett, Millennium Empowerment Powerhouse, is a transformational speaker, award-nominated author, beloved English educator. Please don't correct my English tonight.
And she's not allowed to make any grammatical errors.
And confidence coach for women, who empowers women to love, accept, and prioritize themselves using practical wisdom and strategies that teach them to go deep and heal beliefs that block self-worth and self-confidence. Pritchett is a University of Delaware alumni who was selected as one of Delaware's top 40 under 40. Come on, give it up. Give it up.
Don't leave me hanging.
Give it up. She has been featured in Huffington Post, Sheen Magazine, Delaware Today Magazine, NBC 10, Philadelphia, Fox 29, and on the TEDx Wilmington stage. She is author of the award-nominated book, Born Fierce: How to Unleash the Confident Woman Within. She empowers women through Fierce School of Confidence, the first online school for Black and Brown women to master their true selves, and young women through her Girls Empowered After School Club. Pritchett is also a member of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women Delaware Chapter Rebirth. Let's welcome Taria Pritchett to the Rebirth.
Hey.
Yes, absolutely. Come on, sis.
What an intro.
Welcome. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. You have done a lot. You are doing a lot. And I just have to say, first and foremost, thank you for doing the work.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for doing the work. Can we get her mic up just a little bit?
Just a smidge.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So, Miss Taria, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are? Who is Taria Pritchett?
So,
that's good. No, you good. You just heard yourself.
So I am a confident Black woman. I'm born and raised in Wilmington, Delaware, and I always just had a passion for helping others, whether it be children, whether it be women, even men or young males as well. Oftentimes ask for support and help. On a deeper level, I'm very spiritual. I'm very intuitive. I can read people really easily and really quickly. And I learned that when I was very young. So I didn't realize it was a gift that I could use to support and help others and also change the world at the same time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. At what age did you realize that? Did you tap into that?
Oh, that's a good question. So when I was around about 5, I realized I wanted to be a teacher or educator or some type of speaker because I would line up my little beanie babies and I would tell them what to do. And then in 7th grade, I came home one day and I told my mom, hey, can I start a book club? Like,
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, and she let me. This is before Amazon was even popping.
Right,
But
right.
she went ahead and bought the books in bulk. And then I would make little lessons for myself. We was reading stuff we probably shouldn't have been reading. But they all had African American female protagonists because I
Right,
loved
right.
it. And then that's when I knew I should be an English teacher.
Wow.
Because I loved empowering the girls that would come through the books that we read. So that was
Yeah.
7th grade.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So was any of this? So what does your mother do for a living? I'm just curious because you have this intuitiveness and this creativity. So where did it kind
So
of spark from your mother?
So my mom
Or your dad.
started in corporate America, and then she moved into the education field. So she's
Okay.
in the field. We actually work in the same school district in different areas.
Oh, wow.
Right.
That we work in. So yeah, my mom is really intuitive. Both
Okay.
of my grandmothers are very spiritual. They're big givers. My dad has an entrepreneurial spirit, has his own business. So I'm a combination of everybody
Yes.
mixed together.
Yes,
That's
yes.
what's up.
So, outside of your family members, because you had a lot to look up to, right? Who inspired you outside of your family members?
Excellent question. So my mom always made sure I was surrounded by amazing Black women doing amazing things. So one of my mentors from the University of Delaware, her name is Dr. Melva Ware. I met her in 7th grade when I started
Wow.
that book club. And then when I got to the university, she was instrumental in my growth, my development, connections. Also, Claire Lamar Carey, she used to work at DuPont, I believe. But then she became the director of the Walnut Street YMCA Black Achievers, which I did from 8th grade to 12th grade. So she was really instrumental. I went there every single Saturday to the Y. So I was really able to hone my leadership skills, and then I had a lot of exposure, college tours. And then we had a group of Black professionals who led us every single year. So I would meet 10 to 15 Black professionals from all different backgrounds every single weekend. They would take us on field trips. They would bring in speakers. So I have a lot of exposure. So that's one of the reasons why I give back so much.
Yeah.
So I advise Girls Empowered, which is for teenage girls at my high school. But then I also do Black Student Union as well.
Yeah, we had a Black student union. We did, yeah. Because I'm saying that because not every school has that.
Yeah, we didn't in high school.
Yeah,
Oh no, we didn't have that.
yeah. Wow. So you were put on that path
Yes.
of
Yeah, and
greatness,
my
right?
mom is the one that
Yeah.
cultivated it. When she realized, oh, you like writing? We're at writing camp. Okay, you like teaching? I was teaching when I was in middle school, and then in high school. I didn't have a regular summer job. I would be teaching, or I would be at somebody's camp. So I've always been cultivated. So by the time I became a student teacher, my teacher I worked with was like, "Oh, you already know what you're doing."
Right.
Let her
right.
go.
Like not that it wasn't challenging, because it was taking on someone else's full job, right? You don't get paid,
Right.
But it's basically an internship where you're learning how to do their job.
Right.
So yeah, so I've been on the path for a long time.
So you're a prime example of
Yeah.
when we say keep them kids in something, keep them busy. You're a
Pretty
product
much,
of that
yeah.
mentality because that's
Yes.
what we all say. We got to keep these kids
Yeah.
busy.
Yes.
And one thing I didn't hear you say, which I'm glad to hear, I think that even not just not young girls, but men too. Everything doesn't have to revolve around sports. I think that
Yes.
so much
And that
of what you're
wasn't my
saying,
path.
right,
Yeah.
right. So for whatever reason in our community, not all, but some of us, we push our kids toward that instead of the academia. And
I
so,
agree.
yeah, so talk about like when you talk to young girls, and I don't know if it's more so a thing with our young girls because people not really pushing our girls toward basketball and all that stuff. However, talk about that impact or the difference in that with boys. Like, how should we push our boys to more than just that?
Yes, we absolutely should, because boys have varied interests. But if they're only seeing one way, sports or music, then they kind of go in that direction. And girls like sports too. Like I have a number of girls and Girls Empowered who they're in like spring sports season now.
Right.
So they might come to my meeting for a little bit and then they'll go to practice as well. So there's a balance there. I think with boys, sometimes they need that active part, and so do girls as well. Not to be like stereotypical, but yeah, boys do also need diverse experiences, and so do girls too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So I'm thinking about everything that you just shared in regards to all the things that you were fortunate enough to be a part of, right? Which also has helped and guided you to be this amazing leader that you are today. What about the child that does not have that, but they want to do that, right? But they may not have the backing or the support like you had, with family. Speak to that child, that person.
Yes. So, and that's another reason why I do what I do, right? Because a lot of my students, even a lot of adults that I work with, they didn't have that backing or support. So I always feel like it's important to expose our youth as much as possible. Like I said, I was in Black Achievers, and I got exposure through there. But what if someone is not trying to come on a Saturday? Because they probably not. Right. So in my classroom, they gonna get it when they in there. Even though it's English, we're doing life.
Right.
Nice.
So I expose them. Like, if there are scholarships out there, are there programs out there? Is there a field trip that I can take you guys on? Is there other ways that I can bring stuff in? And even when I'm teaching an English unit, I'm giving y'all context about this part of the world or about this thing. And 9 times out of 10, they've never heard of it. Or even, you know how I always share about my weekend, where I go, where I eat. My students, I share all of that with them too.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, I went here. And half the time, they've never heard of the restaurants. They've never heard of where I've been. And now they're texting, oh, okay, where's that place you went Saturday?
Right.
Because I should go there for my birthday. So it's really about exposure. And you can get that anywhere, even if you don't have it in your household to back you and support you.
Absolutely. It reminds me of when you and I met in outpatient in IOP at the Brandywine program when we would take kids out, and sometimes we would take them down to the beach.
Yep.
And a lot of those
They
kids
had never been there,
had never ever seen an ocean, have never been to the beach or walked on the sand. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it was just like, this was normal for me because I was used to doing it. But to see that these kids have never even had that experience and how excited that they were, it was just like really breathtaking to me.
And sad at the same time.
It was. Yeah.
Because this is a small state.
Yeah.
It is.
You can get anywhere within an hour. And I'm talking Rehoboth. I'm talking Lewis. So I'm glad we have. I'm glad we have a chance
just coming
to
to
do
Newark. Some of my kids have. They're like, I've never been. I don't even know what that.
The adults. You live way out there?
Yes, you live way out. Oh, you driving way out there?
Dude, it's 20 minutes.
Yeah,
It take you that long to go from Foreman Mills to Union Street. It's 20 minutes. It ain't that. Come on.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, I agree. That's a pet peeve.
That bothers me too.
Yes,
man.
I
That's
agree.
crazy.
So what population of people that you work with?
So you mean coaching?
Coaching,
school?
yeah. I know
Okay.
you are an English teacher.
What grade?
9th grade and 12th grade.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
High school.
Yeah, high school.
Is that challenging?
Not for me.
Has it been?
No.
Was it challenging during COVID, the pandemic?
Actually, it wasn't. So I'm like a little different. I actually love teaching virtually because I teach my coaching clients virtually.
Okay.
So I personally love it. I love going online, letting them get on. You finish? Okay, you can get off. So yeah, I feel like I did a pretty good job of engaging them online.
Yeah.
But again, it is different when you have that day-to-day interaction where you get to see them.
Right. Yeah. That was the part I was wondering about, engaging.
Right.
Just
Yes.
getting them
Now,
to engage,
the
especially
same way
with
I
English.
am in person, I do the same thing online.
Okay.
Like I'm calling y'all out. What you doing?
Okay.
The same way, I do the same thing.
Okay.
So my coaching clients though are primarily Black women. Typically they're between the ages of about 30 and 55. Most of my clients honestly are older than me.
Okay.
I service them all around the globe. Like right now I have a client in Trinidad and Tobago. I've had clients in Italy, One of my favorite clients ever is in California. We've never met, but we always work together every year. We all on repeat. We always work together. So primarily African American women, but I have worked with other populations. Sometimes they pop up every now and then, but normally my target is Black women. Okay. That's my passion.
Okay. All right. And how did you get started? Like, how did you even get, I know about your journey growing up and what inspired you and everything that you were involved in. But so far as when it comes down to your business, what made you want to start working with women and, being able to teach them confidence and self-love and all of that?
Excellent question. So when I graduated from college about 10 years ago, I was on the prowl looking for a teaching job, and it just wasn't like working out. Like I wasn't getting any callbacks, and I was like, okay. I felt like it was like a little stressful. It was like the summer after I graduated. So I hopped online because I told you, earlier I like to write. I started blogging is really how I got into it. I blogged about issues about women, hair, beauty, relationships, and I had a bootleg relationship that I had let go. And I was like, you know what if I taught other women how to like I had just started going natural. So I'm like, what if I share this knowledge with others? So I started blogging, and then I would promote it on my Facebook page. And then people were really responding, and I was like, "Oh, this is like a thing." People would comment, and then I made like a little freebie they can like download if they gave me their email. So at the time, the coaching world and what everybody does now didn't really exist. If it did, it was only a few people that were doing it. So eventually, I was like, I like to teach. I'm already teaching. And then I decided to make my first online class. I made it. It was like how to be confident. I got somebody to design it. I put it up, and then nobody bought it. And I was like, oh, okay, something's wrong. Like, what am I doing? So then that's when I decided, that's when I got my first coach, my first business and like lifestyle coach. Okay. And I invested a couple $1,000s, and I was scared because I didn't know. Like now I feel like it's normalized more, but I didn't know what I was doing. But anyway, that really sparked me into creating, like my coaching identity, my ideal client. And then I actually learned how to market, how to brand, how to actually work with people, get clients, and get them through the transformation process and all that. But at first I didn't know what I was doing. But that's really how I ended up getting into the coaching world.
So your first experience with doing your online class, and you said that, like nobody bought it, that didn't hold you back, where some people...
Well, I did. I was devastated at first.
Okay.
After I created it, put it all together, I was like, okay. But then I realized, obviously, there's some pieces missing. Because, I went to school, like, I'm an English teacher. So I don't know anything about business, even though it seemed easy. Just put it up online. And people will say, if you build it, they will come. Right.
Where they at?
Yeah, like I'm not Beyonce.
They be lying sometimes. They be lying.
Yeah, I'm not Beyonce. So they weren't coming. So I'm like, okay, there's more that I obviously need to learn. So since then, I've worked with a ton of different coaches in different capacities. I've had a speaking coach. I had like a book publishing coach. So I always looked for support of who can help me so that I can learn what I needed. And now I teach other people some of those bits and pieces. Okay. In terms, like, I absolutely love marketing. Like, I love branding. I love, like, you see my posts. All the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I love teaching people. So that's why even if I watch a TV show, I'm still teaching you about what's going on in the process of it. Because I guess I just love the art of teaching others.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. So being the confidence coach, and you're inspiring and pushing people toward their greatness, is there a pressure for you to always have yourself together?
That's a good question. And you know what? Someone asked me that yesterday. Someone in their 20s asked me, like, so at what point did you have it all together? And I just paused, like, I'm like, do you want the real answer or you want me to lie? And I was like, I don't have it all together, even if it may appear that way. Like, I can be confident. There's a foundational confidence, at least that's what I teach my clients, that you can get to that place. And some people still don't have that, right?
Right.
But you can have a foundational confidence, and stuff can knock you off of balance a little bit, but it ain't going to knock you down where you're at rock bottom.
Absolutely.
Right? And we have rock bottom moments. That's just a part of life. That's a part of growing. Like, you can't escape that, and no one can escape that. But no, I don't feel like I have to have it all together. And in fact, I don't have it all together. I'll let everybody know. I don't, y'all. Just so y'all know. So I don't feel like I have to.
Right.
But but my clients, that is something I do see often. That they feel, especially as African American women, we have to have it all together. We got to keep this face.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
We can't let us break. We can't cry. We can't. All of those things are still very real. And maybe every now and then I have bits and pieces of that pop up. But at my core, like, I'm like, listen, I don't got it all together, and I'm still worthy. I'm just saying.
And that makes you
That's
more
right.
relatable too, right?
That's right.
Exactly, and that's something that people
That's
tell me
right.
all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very down to earth. Like, I'm not acting like like
A pastor
all big.
who's perfect.
Oh, exactly. Like, listen, I'm not perfect.
Sorry, church folk.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry, not
perfect.
sorry.
You're listening to The Rebirth with Taria Pritchett. If you would like to call up and you have a question for Tara, give us a call at 267-908-3166. Again, that's 267-908-3166. So, Tara, what does it mean to be confident?
Oh, I like that question. I think confidence is honestly like just believing in yourself. It's a strong belief that you are everything and more, and there's nothing more that you need to do, nothing that you need to prove. Just at your core, it's like I am enough, right? And I'm worthy. It don't matter what's happened before now, but I'm worth, and that's actually an exercise I take my clients through. You literally have to write down all of the stuff on one side that you feel makes you feel like you're not enough, right? Or you're not worthy. Like, maybe it's like, I'm fat, but guess what? I'm still worthy. Or maybe I was a high school, dropout, and I'm still worthy. Maybe I didn't pass that degree program, but
I'm still
worthy.
Yes.
And it's through the repetition of saying stuff to help you kind of reset, rebirth. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? And kind of reprogram your mindset. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, right? That rebirthing process. Yeah, the rebirth. And also, I think as women, we don't realize we're always going through the rebirthing process. You're not always giving birth to yourself. But every couple years, we're going through this cycle where you have to give birth to yourself, and your confidence is going to shake. And I feel like that's something we're not often taught when we're younger. We just think, I'm going to be confident and powerful. I'm going to be Beyonce all the time.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Every season is
Beyonce's not Beyonce all the time.
Exactly, right? Every season, you're not meant to be on center stage.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And I think that we got to learn at younger a little bit more.
Yeah.
So speaking of confidence, right? So, do you talk about with the people, the women you work with and the men, about there's a fine line between being confident and then being cocky or being an asshole? Like, how do you get them to stay over here and not venture over to the cocky a-hole side?
So
you know what I mean?
That's a great question. That's honestly not something I cover often, to be honest, because a lot of my clients, they're still in that process of just becoming and getting to a place of just having that foundational confidence that they kind of have every single day. So most people don't even really, we don't normally get into that territory per se. I can't say I've actually really taught that before. Hopefully that's a good thing, but
yeah,
that is a good thing if you haven't had to approach that.
What have you found to be, I guess, like common when working with women? Because one thing I know that there's a lot. We are all the same.
Yep.
In a lot of ways. And I also realize that we don't talk about things with each other.
We don't. We keep it all in here.
Yeah. And if we only just spoke up and just, transparent is my word. That's my
that's a good one.
Yeah, that's my word. If we were able to be transparent within our sisterhood, you would see that there's a woman that experience the same thing that you've experienced.
Right.
It might not be in the exact same thing, but you can get wisdom from that person. But we won't talk about it, and I think it holds us back a lot of, number one, of our sisterhood, and bonding, and I think being able to even propel in life for us. So what are some of the common things that you come across with women?
The number one thing is that I'm unworthy.
Okay.
Right? I'm unworthy. I'm undeserving. I don't believe in myself. The other big one is I don't know my purpose, and I feel like they all kind of
identity
combine together. And then the last one, everybody's favorite, is relationships. That's anything I put out on relationship, everybody there. Hey, girl. Right. But it all connects back to all the stuff that I just shared, right?
Yeah.
Relationships are connected to purpose, but it's connected to worthiness. It's connected to, do I feel valuable? Do I feel like I'm deserving of things?
Absolutely.
And what we tolerate and then what we require and desire from others is it's all connected back together.
It's all connected.
Those are the top ones. Yeah. Those are the top ones. So
connected.
Self-love, purpose, relationships are the top 3 across the board. It doesn't matter who I talk to.
Yeah.
Whether it's a child, whether they 22, whether they 62, it's always normally gonna be one of those 3 normally.
Yeah.
How difficult is it when you meet a young woman or man? But I'm just gonna say here with women, with a young woman who has seen failed relationship after failed relationship, a mom, a grandmom, her aunts. How do you get her to be hopeful that because I don't think women, you don't need a man. You want a man for companionship. You shouldn't need a person. They should be there to enhance you or to bring you up from where you are and for a companionship. But how do you, someone who's only seen failure, how do you get them to change their mindset and believe that they can have something successful with a companion?
I think a lot of that kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier is exposure, right? Because you can't really be what you have never seen or you can't see. So I think that's a big part of it. I feel like it's like me as a person being that representative and being that example and walking in that and showing them other examples of that. In addition to, there's obviously some, mental, emotional things that are also obviously happening there as well that would need to be worked through as well to help them to shift that mindset. Because if they always have that belief that, that men are always going to cheat or relationships are terrible. Because I actually did have a student who wrote something for me recently, and he said that he doesn't even want to get married based on the relationship with his parents.
Wow.
So I, asked him like, are you sure? Like I just start asking him some probing questions just to kind of see because you're making this definite mindset shift right now that this is what I want to do, and you're only like 17.
Wow.
Right.
So it's like that belief will be stuck in your mind for the next 20, 30 years, and then we'll be like, well, you never gonna get married, which we shouldn't be asking anyway. But it's like that's how easy a belief will stick in your mind. So it really is a process you have to go to unlearn all of the stuff that and that's becoming confident and coming into your own, right?
Yeah,
is unlearning what you did see or what you did witness.
Absolutely.
And exposure again.
And
it always goes back to that.
Yeah, and I think the exposure is key in seeing. I didn't even know that was a possibility because I've only ever seen this side of a relationship, or even down to like when people are arguing or handling conflict. That's something I went over with the girls and Girls in Power. Like we often talk about our love languages, but what is your conflict language? And where did you learn that from, right? Because if your mom always takes flight, what do you do? Right? Or if she freezes and then lets other people talk to her any kind of way, well, what do you do?
Or if she's fighting.
She's fighting.
Giving me these hands every time there's conflict resolution.
Right? So I challenge them to think about what is your coping mechanism? What do you do?
Yeah.
And is that healthy? Because we don't normally talk to young people about that.
Right.
Until they get into something, and then we have to have that conversation.
You backtrack.
Yeah, like where'd you get that from? You? Got it from you.
Follow them home.
Absolutely.
You would know where they got it.
You are listening to The Rebirth on Philly James 95.3. If you would like to talk to Miss Tara, please give us a call at 267-908-3166. We'll be back.
Follow us on Instagram.
Hey guys, it's your girl, Shay Marriott, the host of The Rebirth Show. I want to give you a look behind the scenes where we have so much fun here on The Rebirth Show. We come to you every Monday night at 7 p.m. and we bring their energy. We're just not showing you on the radio, but we're also showing you behind scenes. We're family here. If you would like to be a guest of The Rebirth Show, make sure you hit me at info@rebirthu.com.
And it is Monday, man. These weekends be going by quick.
I know. Who was the genius that said we work 5 days and be off 2? Who was that fool?
Probably was a man.
Wow, a clear one.
Where Eli at? Y'all gotta do your steak. Y'all gotta do your steak. Backwards. You gotta get this. Girl.
Every 3 seconds, a woman is murdered by an intimate partner due to domestic violence. A damaged self-worth, distorted thoughts, and fear can keep a woman trapped. It's time to renew. 50% of marriages end in divorce. Loss of identity, security, and financial instability can cause a person to grieve a relationship as if they are grieving death. It's time to rebuild. Only 10% of Americans dealing with addiction receive treatment. More than 20% of Americans with anxiety disorder also suffer from a drug use disorder. People addicted to prescription drugs are 40 times more likely to become addicted to heroin. It's time to restore. Life happens to all of us, no matter race, gender, or age. You will be challenged to rediscover who you are meant to be, and what purpose you are meant to serve. Starting over after a life crisis, 12-step online course will help you rebuild, restore, renew, and rebirth the new version of yourself. It's never too late to start over and rewrite your story. Sometimes we have to die a little inside in order to be reborn. The Rebirth.
Follow us on Instagram. At Philly Jams 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to The Rebirth on Philly Jams 95.3. Tonight we are talking with the lovely Miss Taria Pritchett. All right, we're going to get back into it. And guys, if you have a question or comment, please give us a call at 267-908-3166. Again, that's 267-908-3166.
Shout out Shannon and Rella Deli. What up, folk?
Hey, guys. Thank you for tuning in. All right, Miss Taria. So you have a lot going on.
I sure did.
A lot. So before I ask any more questions, I always have to talk about self-care and the importance of self-care. What do you do for self-care? How do you take care of yourself? It sounds like you do a lot to take care of others. But how do you take care of yourself?
So my favorite thing to do is to always take time, especially in the beginning of the day. I love having a confidence routine where it's just me and it's God and it's my journal. I have my music playlist, that kind of pumps me up and gets me excited for the day. That's one of my biggest forms of self-care. When I get to journal, it's very therapeutic for me. So I really, really love that. One way I love to unwind is just kind of like chilling on the couch. That's where I'll be watching all those shows. Just to kind of like unwind, and I don't have to think about, everything else. One new thing that I guess I picked up in the last year is cooking. I really like to do that where I'm not like on the computer, or I don't have to be on mentoring, coaching, teaching, and I get to be creative. So I'm a creative at heart. At heart. So I love like drama and theater and poetry and all that kind of stuff. So whenever I can, I like to enjoy that. Another form of self-care for me is going out to eat. My mom and I, we go out and experience all different types of places.
Yes.
So it's a way for us to bond, but it's also a time for us to experience new cocktails and new food and new places around. So my mom is really big on like adventure.
Okay.
And
That's good.
and like living your best life. So she honestly is the one especially in the last decade, that always is reminding me, like, okay, you have to stop building your business for 5 seconds. Let's go out and do something.
Yeah.
So it took a little while, but obviously now most people can see it worked. Because I am, but it still is a lot to balance and to manage. But my mom and my partner always are like, okay, let's on Saturday, my partner's like, it's really nice out. Like, before you go out, let's go walking.
Nice.
And that was awesome. It was gorgeous outside. I absolutely loved it. I really needed that, but I might not have pushed myself to do it if he wasn't like, okay, let's get up, let's go, let's do this.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm gonna get in your business a little bit. just a little bit, But I have to say, she be having some bomb cocktails. She be having some bomb cocktails. She be putting on Facebook, and every now and then I be like, what's that? Where you get? What's the name of that one?
You create them yourself?
Oh no! I
she
try them at
restaurants.
different places.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
We gotta hang out with you then.
I know, right? Yeah, we do. We should.
that's
Let's
cool.
do
That'd
that.
be cool.
Let's do that.
I like to drink.
So, you mentioned your partner, and you said he was like, "Come on, let's get out and
Let's
walk."
get out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, you are a woman you're in the spotlight. You're doing a lot of things, So it takes a special man to be in your life, right?
Yes. No, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So, I guess I don't even know what my question is. I just
Like,
said it takes a special.
How do I balance that?
Yeah,
Or
how do you
to
balance
that?
everything that you're doing
That's
and
a
your
good question,
relationship?
and that's something I'm constantly working on, y'all. I'm getting better. Hopefully, he listening. I'm getting better, but it's honestly really about being intentional.
Right.
About the time, about the quality time that you get to spend together. And he's always pushing me to focus on myself, like healthy eating, moving your body, taking care of you, slowing down, really, So he really does help to balance me out. And his sister is also a powerhouse as well. So I think he already might
nice.
have a little edge up in that area where somebody else might not have that as well. But he also is able to do his thing and enjoy and things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not as much as I do, but there definitely is a balancing act. But being intentional, honestly, has been the main thing that I've had to do in order to ensure that I'm balancing everything.
Yeah.
I really do have a lot on my plate.
You have 0 bum people in your circle, huh? Everybody seems to be supportive and pushing you, which is great. Yeah, but I just think that's pretty dope how you have that support with everything that you do. What is on that playlist that you listen to in the morning?
Oh yeah, good question.
That is a good. So it's really a mixture. I made a new one because my clients right now are going through a reset, the rebirth. We've been going through it for the last 30 days. So it's supposed to be upbeat. We kind of did an old school mix on this one. So traditionally, I like hip hop music. I know everyone doesn't, but that's my thing. I don't know if y'all old enough for me to say the songs. So I won't say them while we're live.
We are young.
But on this playlist, my favorite one is "It's My Time" by Kelly Price. Is my favorite that I've been into. I have "You Are My Sunshine" by the Clark Sisters. I have Brick House.
We used to dance to that before we knew it was a gospel song.
Exactly, right? I have Brick House on there. I have Cameo Candy is on there.
Yes.
Oh, you rocking
we
in the
got
morning.
Mary. What is it?
Shackles?
It's the God in me.
Oh.
No.
It's the God in me.
Yeah. So it has to be upbeat. It has to be empowering. And they're tasked with listening every morning for 30 days straight. Like you gotta get in your zone. You gotta get in your zone. And they can add whatever they want to the list, but it's like a base list,
Nice.
just to kind of get them up and moving in the morning. Because I want them to feel good when you leave the house.
Right.
I don't want you leaving with an attitude, with a grudge, with a resentment. So I'm just trying to get them feeling good, and it's kind of resetting them to a happy place as we move in the spring.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
The season of rebirth. Okay.
Yes.
Right. What's on your playlist in the morning? What?
Why you asking me?
I want to know what's on your playlist.
I want to know what's on your playlist now.
You don't want to know what's on my playlist.
It depends because I usually work out in the mornings. I used to go to the gym in the mornings, right? So it really depends on what my mental needs in that moment. Sometimes I have some house music going.
Okay.
Sometimes I have some Ty Tribbett going. Sometimes I got some Jay-Z going.
Okay. Reasonable.
So,
That's
OJ.
OJ. All right. First when he was fresh off the block, Jay. All right.
A mixture. I like Jay-Z. So
Me too.
yeah,
So good
I
taste,
love
good taste.
Jay-Z.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so it
what's up.
really depends on what I'm feeling in that moment.
Where you at?
Yeah, like if I feel a little discouraged or down or whatever the case may be, I put on some gospel music and I let that feed my soul and my spirit, right?
There you go.
So, but if I need that boost where I need to just go hard in the gym, I'm putting on some hard hard hip hop and we getting it in.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I like it all the time. But it's the confidence, right?
Yeah.
Because rappers do have even if they're not doing good things, they are confident about what they're talking about.
Absolutely.
So I actually love that.
So I have a question for both of you, since we having these little trivia questions.
So, it's trivia
If there was one song that you had to pick that you will every time you walk in a room that song will play, what would be that song for the rest of your life?
That's kind of hard.
McFadden and Whitehead.
Which one?
Ain't no stopping. We're on the move.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
because
that's
Obama
good.
came out today, and I was just like, you know what? That's been my jam to get me. Now I ain't gonna work out to that. I'm gonna throw some UGK or something on, or some 3-6 Mafia. However, if I'm being inspirational, I might throw that on to come through the door.
Okay. What about you, Tara?
I'm over here trying to figure out what to put on. Maybe it might be the Kelly Price one. It's my time because I'm really into it. I don't know.
Is that
It
upbeat?
just hits me.
Or slow? Okay.
No, it's upbeat. Yeah, I love upbeat. I don't like slow music at all.
Okay.
So
Not even when it's romantic
evening
time?
is him.
I mean, I'll listen to it, but I don't love it.
What you be
I
playing?
like-
Girl,
what's
you
on a
look good.
romantic
Once you
evening?
back that thing up.
Cash money coming through for the 99-2000.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I do like oldies. Like I absolutely love the Isley Brothers.
right.
I do love oldies.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
So I would jam. So I like Isleys. I like Marvin Gaye. I like all that.
Okay.
Yeah. See, here we go. Yeah. Yeah. I could listen. I could listen to this.
Nice.
Yes. I just like what it
Definitely.
says.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
smooth right
that.
there.
Definitely. So, my song would probably be All I Do Is Win by DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
You do their hands up.
Yeah,
Is that Jim? Is that the gym working out?
No, that
I
would be
listen to
if there
that,
was
the
one
gym.
song that I had to come in
And listen
to for the rest of my
forever.
life
Really?
as I enter a room. Listen to what I'm saying. When I enter the room, all I do is win, win, win. I gotta have that mindset.
Why you ain't play my song?
Hey.
That's so disrespectful. I know it's Women's Empire. I know it's National
It
Women's
is
History
Women's
Month.
History Month for the
Women's
munch of. Come on, English teacher, correct me.
It's fine for the month of March.
For the month of March, and we are honoring Miss Taria
Now
Pritchett.
hold on. Now you want to come on now.
Yeah,
I said let
all
the
of
seat
these
back
are
in the
good.
car and ride out.
I feel
Lean
like
to
putting
the
on my
door.
skates now.
On the left side.
Mm.
And we just gonna do this. All right, they get it, Tosh. They get it. Show me some respect up in here. Put some respect on my name. So I censor myself.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, Tara, did I ask you this question? Did I ask you about the importance of sisterhood to you?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. What is the importance of sisterhood?
Well, actually, did you ask that question? Be an answer question.
I think sisterhood is very, very important. And I guess the older I get, I learn you can't really share that with everyone, but for those you can share it with, it's important because I feel like as women, when we come together, we can heal quicker. If we're able to be vulnerable, we're able to share. We have somebody we can talk to and go and not keep everything in here.
Yeah.
I think that's very important element of sisterhood. And I know I even still struggle with this, finding sisters that are, on my level that I'm able to connect with. In all facets and areas of life, right? And as you evolve and grow, things may shift or change. But sisterhood really is key, and you always need to have a sister or two or three or four. or 5,
Yeah.
right? That you
Yeah.
have in your circle, that you have in your corner, that you can connect with, talk to, hang out with, get loud with, get
Yes.
crazy with,
Yeah.
but also just to share in life with as well.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I think I have a great circle of sisters, and they are my support system, And I'm gonna be honest, like years ago, I was like years
You
ago.
you ain't rock with no women. When you one of those females,
I
ain't mess with no girls.
I did because
Okay.
it was always an issue. It was always an issue. Rather, they had an issue with my other friend on this side, and I was always in the middle, or I had to, if we were all together, I had to make sure I focused on you because you were insecure and didn't know how
Lord.
so it just became, just crazy. So I had a lot of male friends.
Okay.
Like in my 20s, I was rocking with dudes, and they were my friends. So what you laughing at, Tasha? But I had a lot of male friends. But I moved to Delaware and I moved to Delaware at 19. So I'm originally from South Jersey.
Okay.
So when I came here to Delaware, I had to meet new people and make friends, and just so happened everybody I met were males, and they became my friends. Then eventually I start to connect with other women later on, and it took a little bit, but my sisterhood, my circle, oh man, we go hard for each other, and we support each other with everything, and they're not petty, and they're not jealous, and they're not they're great women, and each one of them have a special place in my heart. Yeah. I know who to talk to about certain things.
Exactly.
I know who to go to. I know who's going to ask me, well, what do you think about that? What would you do? Levante Dorsey. So I know, I'm blessed in that area. I'm truly blessed, and I do embrace that, and I think it is so important,
and it's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. And like I said, I was one that was just like, nah, I can't deal with females like that, but I'm so glad that I opened my heart to allow that to happen. And I absolutely love it, because I am my mother's only child. So I was raised as an only child. So to have sisters that's there for me, it's all love. It's all love. Yeah. What about brotherhood?
What about them? Nah, you know what? I'm kidding. My circle is definitely way smaller now.
Yeah.
I mean, because as men, I don't need to have 20 friends anymore. Because I'm not going to the club. I'm not probably going to be in the street fighting. So I'm too old for all of that right there.
Not.
But I'm just saying, you have certain friends for certain things when you're younger, and
Right.
there are things that my life don't require anymore. So I have my 3 or 4 good partners, and ones I talk to every day, ones I talk to maybe once a month. But it works, and I think it's easier for men, because when we get back together, it's like nothing. We haven't missed a beat.
Yeah.
And we bond over the same thing: sports, probably drinks, and talking about women. That's it. And not to say that we're so primitive, that's all we bring to the table. But when we're in BS mode, we don't go any deeper than that for the most part. You know what I mean? And that's fun. Or reminiscing about, remember that time.
Yeah.
When we're together, we got 1,000. You can hear that 1,000 times. Yo, remember that time? Yo, remember when we went to? Remember when this happened? And we tell the same stories over and over, but it's the most fun, and it gets funnier as we get older. So I'm cool with that. Give me some drinks, give me my boys, and some good memories, and that's my brotherhood. And I have some friends that are hustlers, that are probably gonna always be in and out of jail. And I have brothers that are principals and police officers, and then I make it work.
Nice.
So it's cool. I'll take it.
Okay. So give us a little input. You are an author. Tell us about your book.
Okay.
And where people can buy it.
Okay. So my book is called Born Fierce: How to Unleash the Confident Woman Within. So as I remember, I said earlier that I used to blog, and I used to connect with women there. And then my first business coach would ask me to get on the phone and talk to people for 20 minutes. to start to see what women are really struggling with. Like, I was coming up with topics, but she was saying, see what they're actually saying, right? And from there, I was finding those commonalities across the board. And then I decided I need to put all this information into one place. And I always wanted to be an author since I was like real little. Because y'all know I like books since 7th grade. So my mom even bought me like how to be like a child author or something when I was little.
Wow.
But I just never actually like brought it to fruition, right, when I was younger. So I realized this is my opportunity to write a book and to put it out there, and I can connect with even more people. So I began that process of writing that book, right? And I knew I wanted it to be like in the self-help realm. I know I wanted it to be something practical. That's something that's important to me. I hate when stuff is real fluffy.
Right,
so I wanted it to be practical tools and tips that women can use. So I broke it down into 3 different parts.
Okay.
I added questions in at the end of every single chapter so that it almost felt like that as they're going through it, it's like they're almost able to kind of coach themselves in a way.
Nice.
Through the process of becoming the woman that they want to be. So my book can be found on Amazon.com as well as BarnesandNoble.com.
Awesome. Look
Born
at you.
Fierce.
Born Fierce.
And you are fierce. You are definitely fierce. You are
Thank
doing a lot of
you.
amazing things. So what is next for you?
That is a good question.
What is next for you?
What's next for me? So right now, I'm currently in school. I went back to school. People will be thinking I'm crazy because I already have so much stuff to do. But I went back to school for mental health counseling.
Okay.
So I go to Wilmington University right now. I'm almost finished with my program. I've learned a lot.
Yes.
I also was kind of realized I already brought a lot to the table because a lot of the stuff, some stuff that I'm learning, I already knew, but maybe didn't know exactly what I was doing or didn't have the name for it exactly.
Right.
So that's really my biggest thing that's next, that's coming up. And then I guess from there, I need to figure out how am I combining everything together. So counseling, coaching, teaching, they all connect, they all overlap. I love all of them for different yet similar reasons, to be honest. Ultimately, I know my purpose is to help others. So it's just bringing it all together and figuring out what that next step is. And I don't have that all planned out, but I know I'm on the right path. So to me, that's the most important. Like, I know I'm aligned and I'm moving in the right direction.
Right.
So what would you say to someone who has 1,000 great ideas, but are executing none? They're just all over the place.
So I was
great ideas.
Yeah, great ideas. I would say you need to pick one. I would say So you don't gotta have the whole path filled out for every single one, but you select one. Once you knock that out and you get that going and you boost your confidence, then you'll be able to see whether those other ones are even still viable options anyway, and see if you still need to take those on. But once you get one down, then you can move to other stuff. Because I know I'm multi-passionate. I have a lot of different things going, at the same time. So once you get something down, then you can go to the next thing. But if you just keep standing where you are, you're never going to get anything done.
Just move.
So exactly. It's just move. It's just move. Just make one phone call, send one email, post one thing, do something.
I needed them to hear that from someone else other than me, because I think that and the ideas are awesome, and I think one can potentially fund the next one. You just have to get that one going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, maybe they need to hear from a woman.
It's always better
Who
when
is
it comes
they?
from
Oh Lord.
who's they?
Y'all can have that. It's March.
It's Women's History Month. It is Women's History Month, and we have been celebrating this all month. And again, we have another powerhouse that's here.
Yes.
And I'm so happy that you said yes. I'm glad that you came to the show.
Absolutely.
And
thank you for having me.
we've talked on social media.
Yes.
I was invited to do some work for your confidence class, but we never met in person. However, again, the important part about women supporting women, it's enough work out here for all of us.
Yes.
And just the fact that, like I said, we've never met, but we support each other. not even meeting. That's the thing. Think about that. We've never even met, but we support each other in what we're doing. So I appreciate that, and now I got a chance to meet you. It just makes it even better.
Yes, it does.
And you are doing amazing work, and I'm just excited about what's to come. What's ahead of you, and I just want you to know that you are making a difference. You are needed. You are celebrated. And, we honor you tonight on the Rebirth.
Thank you.
And actually, you know what? I have a gift for you. It's in my car. I got to get it when we go out. I forgot to bring it out. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I forgot to bring it in.
We've been coming quite the gift-giving radio show.
Hey, well, that's, hey.
I can't wait to Men's History Month. Woo, child.
You know what? I can't. Stop hating.
It's going to be a good month for your boy.
Stop
It's going to be a good month. All right, sorry.
I'm pouring into my sister right here. You interrupted.
I'm trying to take it back out. I'm sorry. Let's put it back in there.
That's how men be.
Oh, my goodness.
That's how men be.
But thank you so much for coming to the Rebirth and sharing your story and your knowledge with us. We appreciate you so much. Is there any last words that you have for our listeners?
I do. So thank both of you for having me.
You're welcome.
I've loved my experience here. And to all those who are listening, take some time for yourself, right? Just like they asked me, what do I do to take care of me? Please take some time out for yourself to put the focus back on you, especially as we move into spring. We're moving into a new season of blossoming, right? So how do you want to blossom? Who do you want to become in this next season of your life, right? What part of yourself do you want to give birth to, right? So just think about that. And build the confidence, right? Those step by step. Get you a confidence routine, okay? In the morning, set the tone for your day.
Yes.
And then go out into the world and be a blessing to others.
Yes, absolutely. Very well said.
Thank you.
Yes, and those are great words to end the show with. Thank you again. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
This was fun.
Yeah, definitely. We hope to have you back.
I hope so.
Yeah, we hope to have you back. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support every Monday night. You guys are on, whether it's social media or on the radio. Thank you so much. We love you and we do appreciate you. You have been listening to The Rebirth on Philly Jams 95.3. We are here every Monday night at 7 p.m. Next week will be our last Monday to celebrate Women's History Month. And our special guest is Pastor Delisa Lewis will be in the building. And we are going to have fun. And she's a personal girlfriend of mine. So, Eli, I need you to behave. I know you're going to act the fool. But it is all good.
Not behave. Come on, Pastor.
It is all good. Because I know you got some church questions for her.
Come on, Pastor.
So, guys, make sure you tune in next Monday night. Until then, have a blessed night.
Instagram. Better follow me at Philly Jam 95.3 FM.
It's not just the way you hold me, or the way that you stroke my hair. It's not just the way you kiss me, or the way that you touch me there. It's one simple thing you do. It drives me wild and makes me want you more. Now I can feel what you feel, and baby, just by the way that you
just the way you gaze into my eyes, or the way our thighs feel when they touch the way they do. It's not just the way you baby. Say it, baby. Say it, baby. Lets me know that you love me. Ooh, yes I do. It's the way you say my name, sweet darling. Just a whisper can make heaven and earth move. It's the way you say my name.
That you say my name, baby. You love me. Say it, say it, say it.
The way you say it,